So now we are going to listen to Mr. Richard and Adefusi. So he's going to talk and discuss with us about the career path. Exactly. So just have it at the back of your mind that as you are observing yourself, not to associate yourself with any sexual harassment or drug abuse. You focus on what you want to become in life. That's where, so you avoid to focus. Exactly. So please clap your hands together and help us. You can do better than that.
Good morning, everyone. Can hear me? My name is Ebute. I work as a recruiter for Nigeria. A recruiter for Nigeria, and it's good to be in the midst of the future of the country that you're official leader. It's good to be this morning. Just to touch point on the last session, which talked about sexual abuse and child abuse. So most of the time, it's not just abuse around just sex. You can be emotionally abused, you can be physically abused. And one thing that helps abuse to thrive is when you're silent about the abuse. And I would like you to know that even as a boy, you can be abused. So don't think that, oh, abuse only happens to the girl. As a boy, you can be abused. And if you like to know, you can be sexually abused as a boy. So don't think that, oh, only girls get sexually abused. So you can be emotionally abused, mentally abused, physically abused. But one thing that will help the occurrence of abuse is when you speak out. So please learn to speak up. Learn to speak up. Irrespective of the threat or anything that comes, learn to speak up. When you speak up, you reduce the chances of an abuse occurring. So with that being said, I will dwell more on that. More on that. So I'll be talking to you on building a career. Which classes are you guys? SS2 and SS1. So I think that's kind of good. So now you're at a particular point, like a stage in your life, and in the next 1 year, the next 2 years, some of you will be moving to writing extra exams, WAEC, NECO, JAM, to proceed into the university and study a particular course of your choice. So the course of your choice that you're going to be studying will determine some extent the career path you will follow in the future. So sometimes the Nigeria situation, the Nigerian factor can come in, that's why you have people that study physical and tech education, working in the bank as a cashier. You have someone that studying maybe a PhD after like 6 months course in data analysis, is working as a tech guy or a tech system. That's the Nigerian factor coming in. But you can study maybe Yoruba in the school. You can study education in university, or study education in university, or maybe guidance and counseling in university, and say you want to practice as a medical professional. You can say you want to study maybe sociology in the school, in the university, and say you want to practice as a lawyer. It's not possible. So those are career paths, and there are some courses or some trainings you need to be exposed to before you can practice in those areas. So that's why we'll be talking about you building a career this morning. So for this morning, we're going to be answering together some questions. There are some questions you need to ask yourself when it comes to building a career. So we're going to be doing some sort of introduction, then we ask some questions on why you should build a career, questions on how you should maybe build your career, and questions around where should you start building your career, and then some information you need to know, tips and advice on how you can build your career. I'll share that with you maybe in 10-20 minutes. But I would like to have your attention. I'm going very fast, very quickly. I believe your time will sit down for like 1 hour plus hours. So don't worry, this will be very, very quick. So I would like to start from the very beginning, so introducing you to why you should have a career. Why do you think you should have a career? A career is not something you do, maybe just say an emergency thing. That okay, let me just get into this thing quickly and let me get out of it. No, career is not like that. It's not short term. It's on the long term thing. So you can't just get into it like that. So for you to build or think of building a career, you need to ask yourself 3 questions. And the questions are: why do you need a career? How can you build a career? And when should you start building a career? And I'll start with the first question. So why should you build a career? Like I told you, a career is not something you run into like an emergency thing. That oh, let me just rush and do this thing very quickly. Maybe you're preparing for the white examination. Like, okay, let's just do some emergency reading. You have exam in the morning. Like, oh, let me just do quickly. Exam is by 8 a.m. in the morning. So let me just do some emergency reading. Maybe 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. you do some emergency reading. No, that is not a career. Career is something you build over time, over the year. So even right now, from primary school through secondary school, you have started laying the foundation for your career. Because you read those trainings, how to read and write, how to understand some concepts, maybe in sciences, in art, in social science, which you refer to as commercial. You need to build some foundation, and you are already doing that. You are building the foundation already. So it's you laying the block for your career. But at some point, when you get into the university, it becomes so pronounced that okay, I need to build a career. Most of the time, I'm sure, at some point in your life, you have been asked this question or you have answered this question: what do you want to become in the future? What would you like to become in the future? Some would say, I want to become a medical doctor. Some would say, I want to become a pilot. Some would say, I want to become a mechanical engineer. Some would say, a civil engineer. Some would say, a lawyer. All those things. Most of the time, you say all these things because you see them maybe the way you love the way a medical doctor dresses. You love the way maybe a lawyer dresses and talks in the courtroom. There are some things you see in the book that you kind of love. Some of you want to become a teacher, maybe 1% of you guys become a teacher because you fell in love with the way your teacher teaches you in the classroom. Then when you get into university, it becomes more pronounced. That okay, you're not conscious of the fact that yes, I want to have a career. So why do you need to build a career? The first point is for personal fulfillment. Personal fulfillment. So like I told you, career is not supposed to be one thing to be like emergency. You need to plan it. If it's not fulfilling, you can't call it a career. if it doesn't come with any form of payment or it doesn't satisfy you in any way, you can call it a career. So for example, maybe the pay is easy. Yes, so I'm taking this job. I'm working Monday to Sunday. Yes, I don't have time for myself, but the pay is easy. Yes, they are paying very well. No, that's not a career. You need to think as a career. You only put that offer maybe because of the juicy pay. Over time, we realize the benefits and the essence of work-life balance. And when you find it difficult to balance your work and life, your work and personal life, then you know, oh, I need to make something too. So a career comes with fulfillment and it comes with some level of satisfaction. So anything that you think won't give you any form of fulfillment, won't give you any form of satisfaction, you can call it a career. I'm going to ask questions. And like I see some of you are talking, I'll just point at you and ask you all that thing I say, or I can just call on you to just explain some things. I think that is cool, right? So, like I was saying, anything that will give you satisfaction or fulfillment, you can call it a career. You can call it a career. Oh, I studied medical, I studied medicine in school, but right now I'm not getting a job. Oh, let me leave just and start biology in school. That's not a career. Because not that you're doing it because you're getting satisfaction, you're doing it because it's just to take food on your table. So that you can call that one like a career. So you're doing it on a part-time base. A career is not something you do on a part-time base. Like I told you, you're setting the foundation for your career even right from primary school. Better job prospect and opportunities. That is what it gives you. Better job prospects and opportunities. The AO guys that came to talk to you today, can you see they're working with Adeleke and Ebute is a law firm. So most of them there, they are barristers, they are lawyers. So because people you find in that organization, they have built their career over time. They make plans for it. Just like my colleague rightly said, you can wake up one day and say, okay, now I have 5 credits in my YF results. Oh, let me go to a and tell them that I want to start practicing law. And then they tell you, oh, okay, go get your suit, go get your bar, go get your wig. Don't worry, next week we are going to see if we can call you to. We can call you to what we call. We can call you to bar. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. There are some processes that you need to follow before you can maybe get indoors, get called to bar. You need to start right now. I'm sure some of you have chosen like your career path and lead to one way or the other. You have chosen it. Some of you are in science class now. Some of you are in commercial. Some of you are in art class. You have chosen it. So if you're in science, well, you can say, oh, I want to go and practice law. If you're in art, you can say, you want to work in being to become an accountant. Because the path you've chosen now, you're kind of like focused on a particular path. So it's not left for you to think about that path and think of a career, a particular place to just focus on. So, and the last one is continuous learning and growth. Continuous learning and growth. You remember when you were in junior secondary school, you were taking maybe 14 or 15 subjects, right? But now you are in senior secondary school. You realize that you're no longer taking all the subjects again. When you get to the university, you'll be focusing on just maybe one of your subjects. Some of you in in science class, you take physics, chemistry, biology, math, English, and next, right? When you now get to university, you now take mathematics as a course. Like yes, mathematics as a course. And for 4 years, you will study mathematics alone. Some that wants to do physics will take physics as a course. And for 4 years, you're studying physics. What you do physics, math, biology, chemistry, and life, right? Together in secondary school. But now you're going to university, you're not taking as much, the same course. And to make matters, to make it even funny, if you proceed for your master's degree, program. You see, a master's degree do not take an aspect maybe of mathematics, of physics, of English, maybe of accounting, of economics, and you study that for like 1 year, 18 or 18 months. So the deeper you go, the essence of yourself, you ask yourself some questions, and when you provide yourself with answers to those questions, then what? You explore. So when I say explore, what do you mean by explore? You do some research. You do some research. For some of you now, you've done your research that okay, I want to become a surgeon. Okay, how do I become a surgeon? You need to like be in the science class. You need to take biology very serious. I want to be a chemical engineer. Okay, you need to be in science class. You need to take your chemistry. You need to be very serious. And then you start making research on some skills, some training that you need to do to ensure that what you go on that career path. The third one is goal setting. Goal setting. You need to set a goal for yourself. You need to set a goal for yourself. If you don't have a goal, it's just as if you don't know where you're going. You don't have a destination. Just imagine someone that woke up in the morning, dressed, and just step out. And as where are you going to tell me? So what I do, I'm just walking out. So if you don't have a place where you're going, you won't arrive anywhere. If you don't know or have a place where you're going, you won't arrive anywhere. You just keep going. You just keep going and going and going, and there's no way you can measure growth. But you're just going. So you need to set a goal for yourself. Go in the next 6 years, I want to become a graduate, maybe an economics graduate, and become maybe an accountant graduate, become a graduate of maybe the career path you want to follow requires some skills, and you get those skills through education and training. You want to practice as a doctor, you need to go to school, maybe to study medicine or any course related to medicine. You want to practice as a lawyer, you need to go to school and study law or any other course related to law. So in your research, you're going to know the kind of course to study in university that will guide you and what help you towards your career pathway. The next one is gaining experience. I once said that gaining experience. I once said that when you're doing self-assessment, you need to know your skills. And one way to develop on your skills is through what? Using it. One way to develop on your skills is using it. And how to use it is when you're really working, and ways through which you can work is through maybe internship. So internship both sides, you have 3 months internship, you have 6 months internship, and so organizations give as high as like 1 year internship. So internship is an opportunity for you to gain industry experience, practical experience. If you're a fresh graduate, a fresh law graduate, you only have theoretical knowledge of what it means to be a lawyer. You do not have practical experience. Through taking up an internship role, you can gain practical experience. You can gain practical experience. You can decide to do volunteering. You can be volunteer with organization. You write them and next volunteer with them as so. You can also take up a part-time job. So that will help you gain experience, but ensure that it's in line with your career goal and career path. You want to practice as a lawyer. Don't take up an internship role maybe in teaching. You want to practice as a maybe a science a medical science laboratory or a laboratory expert. Don't go and take an internship role in maybe a radio station or a media house. Ensure your internship, part-time job or volunteering you're taking is in line with your career goal and the path you have chosen to follow. And the last one is continuous learning. That's because you can't stop learning. Every day you learn. You come to school every day you learn. Even when you're not in school, you're learning. If you need to keep learning and keep developing your skills, your skills, improve on yourself. Times have changed when it takes when the digital world and the digital age, new learning are coming out every day. So you need to develop yourself through continuous learning. Some will go back to school for maybe professional courses. Some will take online short courses online. Some will even leverage YouTube. Some learn from Instagram, yes, Instagram. Some learn from WhatsApp, yes, that's on your phone. You can learn from there. TikTok, people learn from there. That's what we want. They are social media handles, but they are also learning platforms that you can learn from. So now let's go to the question of where. Can someone read us on the screen for me? Yes, so that's the answer to the question when I start building my career. It says, do not wait. The time will never be just right. So I will start when I finish secondary school. When you finish secondary school, something else will come up. So I will start when I gain admission into university. When you gain admission into university, something else will come up. So you do not have to wait. You start now. Some of you need to go back home. You need to go back home and go and do self-assessment. You need to go and rethink. If you have made a decision about your career based on influences from your friends or your parents, the time is now to go back and rethink. Oh, you know you like to save, you have talent in saving, and then maybe your mom or your dad is saying, oh, you must become a doctor. But you know, just taking up a course in music, you are good to go. You won't struggle with it. But taking up a course maybe in medicine, medical biology, or any medical related courses, you might struggle for 4 years in university. These are something, this is one thing you do not want to experience. You don't want to go into university and for 4 years you struggle and then you come up with some not too good results. No organization will take you as a third class graduate. Even to graduate, they are struggling to get access to organization. Now it's either a 2-1 or a first class. So these are some of those things that you need to think about. So you must ensure that any course you're going into university study is something that you can handle. And then understand this. So there's something, we have a job, we have an occupation, and we have what? A career. So most of the time, people kind of interchange it and confuse it for what it's not. So a job is a short-term employment. Short-term employment. Like I told you, when like an emergency something, you just finish university, right? You just finish your university study, and maybe you're awaiting NYSC or you're done NYSC, so you want to practice as a lawyer. So you're writing applications to some law firms, but it's not forthcoming. And you're okay, I can teach government in school, right? Let me take up a part-time job. So that is the job. That's not a career. That's not a career. The career you want to build is what? In law. You want to build a career in law. but because you're not seeing a job, like you've not found yourself in that career path, and you need to take body and soul together, you need to put food on your table. You're like, okay, the secondary school on my street needs a government teacher. Let me just take that and just do it. So that's the job. Now let's talk about occupation. Occupation is broader than a job. It's a broad category of work, and it requires some special skills. Maybe an engineer, a mechanic. It's broader than a job. So it's like a category of work, and it requires some skills. So an example there, this not say is an occupation, and it has a lot of roles. We have registered nurse, we have nurse practitioners, we have auxiliary nurse, and many other kinds of nurse, we have making and like. So nursing is what? Is an occupation, and it requires some skills. I can't go into the hospital and say, oh, I am nurse teacher. From where? I don't know where to, how to maybe just set up or put together syringe and inject soda. I don't know what to give, what to prescribe when maybe a teacher walks in and says, oh, you need this and that, maybe having headache or fever. I don't know what to prescribe. So I can just say, oh, because anybody can practice, like, oh, I'll put on maybe their apron or their overall and say, okay, I want to go and practice as a nurse. So a career is a long-term professional journey. It's a journey. Can you see? A journey. So you're not just starting, you're not waking up one day and saying, okay, I want to start a career. You do it over years. Like I told you, for you now, you're starting doing yours from primary school. For them, you're not intentional about it. But when you start thinking of going into the university, you start becoming intentional about your career. So for example now, you have a lawyer speak, for example. Becoming a lawyer involves maybe you're starting as an intern, then you become an associate. For example, like I said, you've gone to university, you've done your 4 or 5 years of studying law, you've gone to law school for a year, and then it's time to practice. But for some law firms, they will prefer to take you in as an intern. Some will take you in as a graduate trainee. So when they take you in as an intern, because you're fresh from university, you don't have the experience they need. So from there you start gathering the experiences. So you're building a career from being an intern or a graduate trainee. You become maybe an associate. From being an associate, maybe you become maybe a senior associate. From being a senior associate, maybe you graduate to becoming a partner. So over the years, you will say, oh, I have got built a career in law. Your principal now, he has built a career in the teaching profession. He started as what? Maybe a classroom or a subject teacher. And over the years, he has rose through the rank. And now what? He is the principal of the school. So he has built his career. You know that he didn't wake up when he got into Lagos Science Commission. He didn't start as a principal. He started as and commitment over the years. He built it, and now he is a principal. So that is a career. That is a career. You can say you're building a career and oh, I'm a what's it called? A phone call, you have a phone call, or you have that's like a business. You can't say you have a business and you say that's a career. No. Your business may be like your job. Because sometimes it can be like a pattern thing. You can try to leave it, do it someone else, and continue from that thing. So please don't mistake it. A job is different from an occupation, and occupation is different from a career. So you don't build job, you don't build occupation, you build career. You build career. Because career Now your principal might have served for like maybe, I'm sure it would have served for a minimum of 25 years. So just imagine something that you have invested more than 25 years of your life in. Is this something not straight away? So it was something that is worth it. That is why I said a career, it must be what? Fulfilling, and it must give you satisfaction. If it's not fulfilling and doesn't give any satisfaction, then call it a career. So building your career, just some tips and advice here for you. Like I said, pursue your passion and interest. What you're passionate about, what you are passionate about, pursue it. Your passion and interest. What interests you? What interests you? Pursue it. If it doesn't interest you, because it interests Karen, doesn't mean it's going to be of interest in Karen, I want to be a footballer. No, me, I want to work in a bank. I love it. I want to build a career in the banking industry. Please follow your passion. What you're passionate about. So passion is something that you have planned for. Something that even though you're not getting paid for it, even though there are challenges around it, you just you still want to do it and you keep doing it. Some of you here now, you're not the best student in your class, but the little you know, you want to share with your colleagues. You see yourself teaching your colleagues, helping them when they have challenges. Oh, this is assignment. I have issue with it. Okay, oh, bring it. Let's do it after the class. I'll put it through. It's something you do it willingly. It comes to you so natural. You don't have to stress to do it. That is something you're passionate about, and it's something that you can look through it and sit down with it, think through it. You have a career in that part, because this thing, it comes to you naturally, so you can think through that. Second one, seek mentors and role models. Who are mentors? They are people kind of living your dream. Who wants to become a lawyer here? You want to become a lawyer here? So some of those lawyers that came the other time, you can just got in their contact and just keep talking to them. So mentors and role models, what they do is that they provide you with guides. Okay, I was once here, I made these mistakes and I learned this from it. Please don't make these mistakes. You can do it this way and you won't make these mistakes. So they help you like collapse years of mistakes and they share experience with you. So where your blog got into, you have experiences around them, and when you're faced with some challenges, you can easily provide solutions or answers to them. Third one is network with professionals in your desired field. Network with professionals in your desired field. So at this introduction, you might not really know more about networking, but when you get into university, when you get into university, it's a place where you start building your network. So your friends, even though all of you are university, the truth of the matter is that all of you in this room, in the next 10 years, you won't make the same mistake. Even though all of you might be in Nigeria, you won't be the same thing. You might all be in Lagos State, you won't be the same thing. Some will work with government, some will be teachers, some will have business of their own, some will be millionaires, some will be billionaires, some will be controlling multinational. That is it. So if you see assets in your cycle, as your network, you can leverage them. But if you're building a career, it's advisable that you network with professionals in your career path. It helps you to grow. Another one is develop essential skills. There are some skills that is needed. So you need to develop those skills. You need to develop those skills. So make your research, know the skills that you need. And the last one, tell your story. Where in the age of social media, please tell your story. Tell your story. You can bake and you spend 10 hours on Instagram liking Tonto DK's picture, liking Bado's picture or song, or you're following, you're joining fast challenge, or you're joining Wasabi's challenge on TikTok or Twitter. No. So that is not it. You can leverage it and tell your story. Tell them what you do. So you must give yourself, you must work on your presence. So you can do that by leveraging social media. And the last one, and I'd like to tell you that, please, in the course of you building your career, do not forget next slide. In the course of you building your career, these two qualities, these two character traits, do not trade it for anything, and that is perseverance and resilience. This is just saying that the journey won't be smooth. It won't be smooth. There are days you want to cry, there are days you cry, there are days you smile, there are days you feel like giving it up, but if you're resilient and if you can persevere, you surely achieve your career goal. That is it. That is simple. A lot of you are in school this morning. Some of you are, I'm sure quite a number of you now, you have been saying, once I finish my like this, I will not read again. Ordinary signpost, I will not read. Yes, someone said that. Now, physics is hard to study now. Algebraic equation, quadratic equation, they are difficult to study. English, English clause, identifier clause, adverbial phrase, all those things. They are confusing and like God. What's even the meaning of what not stress? You're saying this is stressful. This one is biology. What's the way like a system? This and that. Yes, right now it's stressful. But the time will come when you sit and look back today and you smile and just tell you to Mr. So. This is so. I did very well. So building a career is like investing. So you need to persevere and you need to be resilient to invest very well in your career. Thank you very much.
So, hello, in the next 10 minutes, we'll come to the end of this symposium. So, if you have any question, for the first one, which is sexual abuse, and the second one, which is talking about career paths, please kindly simplify so that they can answer your questions and we can edit. Yeah, just 5 questions. So any question, 5 someone says she has a question. Not to her personal. Who has a question? You have a personal question. Okay, you have a question. Sorry, one of
So one question,
what is that?
So when you're resilient, it's like not giving up. So when you persevere, not giving up. Yes, it's challenging, but you're not giving up. You just keep on it, just keep doing it. Like what I mean, so when you say like you have improvement, you just keep doing it. You're not giving up. So it's like having a not giving up spirit. No, there'll be challenge. So most of the time, just like when you like say this, when you get stuck, only the top will get growth. So those who persevere, those who are resilient and stubborn, that get growth, even when the job everybody gets stuck.
Hello, why is he not there? All right, thank you very much. I give it to you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And on behalf of myself and my other colleagues, Adeleke and Soburoh, we want to appreciate you sincerely for honoring us, and some of you were attentive from the beginning to the end, and that's a kudos to you all, because the topic that was taught today, some of you know about it, but you don't really know it like that deeply. You just hear it outside. But now you have people to come to you and talk to you about it one-on-one. It's actually a big thing, and we sincerely appreciate our partners who are Quadri. We appreciate them. We appreciate Coach Fred, and we also appreciate Mr. Richard Adefusi for their time. We will need someone to give us the speech, like thanking them. We need someone. Okay, the head boy is here. So the head boy will be giving us hello, one now. Okay, sweetheart, please come. Please, let's give you the bag. Today, please, let's give it to her. For being bold to stand up with something. Because of that, I'll be sending our teacher to her for being bold to stand up to talk. Wow. About the career, the sexual harassment, everything. We really appreciate it. Thank you.